Time travel, humanity's greatest imagination, which science has neither been able to fully deny nor fully prove. To understand this, we must present it as a confluence of physics, philosophy, and paradoxes. Time flows like a river, always forward. But what if we could bend the current of this river? What if you could step into tomorrow or correct the mistakes of your past? Stephen Hawking once threw a party for time travelers, but he sent the invitation after the party was over. No one came. But does this mean that time travel is impossible, or are the travelers already hidden among us? Today, from the grandfather paradox to wormholes, and from John Titor to closed time-like curves, we will decode the 100 biggest mysteries of time travel. Take off your watch, because where we are going, time has no value.
Mystery 1. The Grandfather Paradox. The biggest and most famous mystery of time travel is the Grandfather Paradox. Suppose you go into the past and kill your grandfather when he was a child. If your grandfather no longer exists, your father will not be born. And if your father is not there, you will not be born. So the question is, if you were never born, who was it that went back in time to kill him? This puzzle forces science to think about whether changing the past is actually impossible. Mystery 2. The Mystery of John Titor. In the year 2000, a man named John Titor appeared on the internet claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036. He shared photos of his time machine and predicted many future events, such as civil wars and nuclear attacks. He stated that he was sent to 1975 to retrieve an old IBM computer that could fix a major bug in the future. In 2001, he suddenly disappeared, but even today, people are trying to decode the information he left behind. Mystery 3. Wormholes, space-time shortcuts. Scientists believe that wormholes may exist in space, acting like tunnels connecting two different points in time and space. If we could create a stable wormhole, we could cover distances of thousands of light years in the blink of an eye and even go back in time. But the problem is that wormholes are very unstable and require negative energy to keep them open. Do natural time machines already exist somewhere in the universe? Mystery 4. Stephen Hawking's Party. In 2009, the great scientist Stephen Hawking hosted a party for time travelers, complete with balloons and champagne. But the twist was that he sent the invitation after the party was over. Hawking's logic was that if a time machine is built in the future, people will see this invitation in the past and definitely come to the party. But no one came to the party. Does this mean time travel is impossible, or are future travelers forbidden from coming to our era? Mystery 6. The Mandela Effect. Do you remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison? Millions of people remember it that way, while in reality, he died in 2013. This is called the Mandela Effect, where a large number of people remember things that never actually happened. Some theorists believe this is because of time travelers who went into the past and changed small things, causing our timeline to shift. Is our memory wrong, or are we living with memories of another parallel universe? Mystery 6. The Charlie Chaplin Time Traveler. In the behind-the-scenes of Charlie Chaplin's 1928 film, The Circus, a woman is seen walking while holding something to her ear. Looking closely, it appears as if she is talking on a mobile phone. In 1928, there were neither mobile phones nor cell towers. So who was that woman talking to? Was she really a time traveler who was accidentally captured on camera?
Critics call it a hearing aid, but her mobile-like manner remains a mystery today. Mystery 7. The Montauk Project. Rumors of a secret government project in Montauk, New York still fly today, which is said to have conducted time travel experiments. According to claims, researchers opened portals in time through which children were sent into the future and the past. Some witnesses say they developed technology with the help of aliens that could take the human mind across time. However, the government has always denied it, but series like Stranger Things are inspired by this very mystery. Mystery 8. The Ancient M101 Mystery. Archaeologists often find things that shouldn't exist in that time, known as out-of-place artifacts, such as an iron chain embedded in 300-million-year-old coal rock, or modern watch carvings on thousands-of-year-old stones. Some believe these are traces left by time travelers who accidentally stayed in those eras. If these things are not natural, did our ancestors meet tourists from the future? This mystery remains a major challenge for science today. Mystery 9. The Philadelphia Experiment. In 1943, the U.S. Navy was accused of carrying out a secret experiment aimed at making a warship invisible. Rumor has it that during the experiment, the ship not only became invisible, but also traveled across time and space before returning. When the ship returned, the condition of the crew was horrific. Some were embedded in the ship's iron, and some had gone mentally insane. Had America unknowingly opened the door to time using Einstein's unified field theory? Mystery 10. Titanic and time travel connection. There are many strange theories regarding the sinking of the Titanic, one of which is related to time travel. Some people claim that many passengers heard strange lights and unknown noises that night. Were people from the future trying to prevent this great disaster, or were they viewing it like a tourist spot? According to some stories, items were found in the wreckage that were far ahead of 1912 technology. Was the Titanic tragedy caused by someone tampering with the flow of time? Mystery 11. Rendlesham Forest and Binary Code. In 1980, a UFO was spotted in Britain's Rendlesham Forest, where Sergeant James Penniston touched an unknown object. He claims that his mind was suddenly flooded with binary code 0 and 1, which he later wrote in a diary. When this code was decoded decades later, it contained future dates and coordinates of a world map. At the end of the code was written year 8100. Was that UFO not an alien ship, but a time machine of our own descendants from the year 8100? Mystery 12. The Story of Rudolph Fentz. In 1950, a man suddenly appeared in Times Square wearing 1870s-era clothing. He was panicked and was hit by a car while crossing the street and died. When he was searched, 1876 currency, old bills, and a letter that looked brand new were found in his pocket. A police investigation revealed that the man had suddenly disappeared in 1876. Had Rudolph Fentz unknowingly fallen into a time slip and reached 74 years into the future?
Mystery 13. Light speed and time dilation. Einstein's theory of relativity states that the faster you travel, the slower time passes for you. If you were to travel near the speed of light in a spaceship and return to Earth after 5 years, perhaps 50 years would have passed here. According to this principle, we can go into the future, but coming back is mathematically very difficult. This is not a mystery, but a scientific fact that proves time travel is possible. The only question is, will we ever be able to generate that much energy? Mystery 14. The Vatican's chronovisor. It is said about Vatican City that they possess a machine named chronovisor, which can view past events live. Father Pellegrino Ernetti claimed that he had built a device that could capture past electromagnetic rays and display them on a screen. He even claimed to have seen the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. Later, the Vatican destroyed or hid this machine. Is the Vatican still controlling the history of the entire world through this machine today? Mystery 15. Loop quantum gravity. There is a theory in physics called loop quantum gravity, which views time as small packets rather than a continuous flow. According to this, the fabric of time can be broken and reconnected. If we find these microscopic holes in the fabric of time, we can travel to any era through them. The mystery is whether we can enlarge these tiny holes to a human size. This theory considers time travel not just an imagination, but a structural possibility. Mystery 16. The predestination paradox. This mystery says that if you go into the past to change something, you inadvertently become the cause of the very event you wanted to stop. Suppose you went to the past to prevent an accident, but that accident happened because of your presence. This means that history is already locked, and whatever you did was already a part of the past. This mystery questions human free will. Can we actually change our future, or has everything already been written? Mystery 17. Victor Goddard's flight. In 1935, Royal Air Force officer Victor Goddard was flying his plane over Edinburgh when he got stuck in a strange yellow cloud. When he emerged from the cloud, he saw an old abandoned airport below him looking brand new and operational, where people in blue uniforms and yellow planes were standing. At that time, RAF uniforms were brown and planes were silver. Exactly 4 years later, in 1939, the RAF changed its uniforms to blue and painted the planes yellow. Had Goddard unknowingly traveled 4 years into the future? Mystery 18. The phenomenon of time slips. Thousands of people around the world claim that while walking, they suddenly reached another era and then came back. For example, in 1901, 2 women walking in the Palace of Versailles suddenly reached the France of 1789, where they saw Marie Antoinette. This is called a time slip, where a temporary hole occurs in the sheet of time. Are there some special places on Earth where time is not stable? Scientists still do not have a solid answer to this, but these events question the fabric of reality. Mystery 29. Parallel universes connection. Some scientists believe that the only way to avoid the paradoxes caused by time travel is the multiverse. When you go to the past and change something, you do not go to your original timeline, but to a new parallel universe. Changes there do not affect your real world. This means that billions of different worlds exist where history happened differently. The mystery is whether we will ever find a way to go from one universe to another. Mystery 20. The eternal photograph. An old photo has been found in which some people from the 1800s are looking at something that looks exactly like a laptop. Its screen is glowing, and people are looking at it with amazement. At that time, there was no electricity. Did a traveler leave their laptop behind? Or did some scientists of that time secretly develop such technology, which was later destroyed? This photo is one of the biggest puzzles of history.
Mystery 21. Black holes as time machines. Black holes are parts of the universe where gravity is so powerful that it swallows even light and almost stops time. According to Einstein, if you were to orbit around a black hole, time would pass much slower for you compared to Earth. When you return, centuries would have passed on Earth, while for you, only a few hours. The mystery is whether there is a path beyond the singularity at the center of a black hole that can take us to another time or another galaxy. Mystery 22. The Premonition of Edgar Allan Poe. In 1838, the famous writer Edgar Allan Poe wrote a story in which a ship sinks and 3 hungry sailors survive by eating their 4th companion, Richard Parker. Exactly 46 years later, in 1884, a ship actually sank, and 3 surviving sailors ate their 4th companion, and the name of that 4th companion was also Richard Parker. How did Poe know this name and this exact event half a century earlier? Could Edgar Allan Poe unknowingly see the future, or had he read some invisible stream of time? Mystery 23. The Butterfly Effect in Time. The butterfly effect is a scary mystery in time travel. It says that a very small mistake made in the past, like killing a butterfly, can bring a catastrophe in the future. If you go to the era of dinosaurs and kill a small mouse, then perhaps humans might never be born millions of years later. This mystery shows that the links of time are very fragile, and any tourism in the past can be dangerous. Is this why future travelers keep themselves hidden from us? Mystery 24. The Antarctic Time Vortex. In 1995, American and British scientists saw a white mist cloud over Antarctica that was not moving from its place. They sent a weather balloon with a clock into that cloud. When the balloon came back, the clock on the balloon was showing a time 30 years in the past. Even after trying many times, the result remained the same. The balloon would go back in time. This event was called the Gateway to the Past. Is there a natural time portal hidden in the icy plains of Antarctica that governments are hiding from us? Mystery 25. The End of the Loop. A scary mystery is that we are living the same time over and over, and every time we make the same mistake, which ends the world. Time travelers come back every time to save us, but we repeat the same mistake again. Is this our last timeline? Is 2026 the year where this loop is finally going to break? This mystery warns us to be conscious of every choice and action.
26. Time travel and DNA memory. A controversial mystery among some scientists is whether our DNA can time travel. According to this theory, the memories of our ancestors are encoded in our DNA. Sometimes the feeling of déjà vu might actually be a past event that our DNA is remembering. If we completely decode our genetic code, would we be able to send our consciousness into the past? This technology could give us the power to travel through time without any machine. Mystery 27. The Bayard-Mackenzie Accident. The Bayard-Mackenzie Time Slip. In 1952, 2 pilots were on a training mission when their plane suddenly reached a place that was not on their maps. Below them, they saw a medieval city where people were moving around with torches and there was no electricity. As soon as they tried to land, they returned to 1952. Their aircraft's radar had detected nothing during that interval. Do the speed of aircraft and electromagnetic fields sometimes disrupt the synchronization of time? This mystery remains an unsolved chapter in aviation history. Mystery 28, the Antikythera mechanism. In 1901, a 2,000-year-old geared device was found in an ancient shipwreck near Greece, which is called the world's first computer. This device is so complex that it was impossible to make according to the technology of that time. It contains gears that were not seen before the 18th century. Some people believe it is a machine left by a time traveler 2,000 years ago. After all, where did the ancient Greeks get a gear system capable of such precise astronomical calculations? Is our history not what we are taught? Mystery 30, the hitchhiker from the future. There are many footages on the internet where people are seen suddenly teleporting in the middle of the road. In a famous 2012 video, a truck driver is about to run over a cyclist when a shadow-like man appears and moves the cyclist to a safe distance in the blink of an eye. This incident was captured on CCTV cameras, and that savior disappeared in a few seconds. Are people from the future moving among us like guardian angels for our safety? Or is this an unwanted side effect of time travel? Mystery 31, alien connection and time travel. Are aliens future humans? A very famous mystery is that those we call aliens, greys, are actually not extraterrestrials, but humans from thousands of years in the future. Their large eyes, small bodies, and advanced technology suggest they evolved after living in the depths of space. They don't come to us in UFOs, but in time machines to study their own history. This mystery suggests that UFO sightings are actually time travel events. Are we actually afraid of our own future? Mystery 32, Nikola Tesla and the Secret of Time. Tesla's time vision. The great scientist Nikola Tesla once claimed that he had seen the past, present, and future all at once after coming into contact with a powerful magnetic field. He said that time is an illusion and can be bent with the right vibrations of energy. Some of Tesla's secret papers were seized by the FBI after his death. Rumor has it that those papers contained the blueprint for building a time machine. Had Tesla found the key that could unlock the door of time? Mystery 33, Noah's Ark and time travel. Noah's Ark theory. Some alternative historians believe that Noah's Ark was not a wooden boat, but an advanced time capsule or space-time ship. Its purpose was not to save the world from a flood, but to save the seeds of humanity, seeds or DNA, from a time collapse and take them to a safe future. If we look at its measurements and descriptions given in the Bible from a scientific perspective, it looks like a device that could remain outside the influence of time. Have we all reached here through a time loop? Mystery 34, the Titanic's mummy curse. The Titanic mummy mystery. A bizarre mystery is that an ancient Egyptian mummy, the unlucky mummy, was being carried on the Titanic, which was said to have the power to bend time. According to some theories, because of this mummy, the ship's radar and compass stopped working and it got stuck in a time warpage. Was the sinking of the Titanic a normal accident, or had some ancient energy tampered with time? Eyewitnesses said the iceberg suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Mystery 35, the disappearance of John Titor. In the spring of 2001, John Titor posted his last message, which read, "Bring a gas can with you when you leave your car on the side of the road." After that, he was never seen again. Some photos confirmed that he actually had the computer, IBM 5100, that he was talking about at that time. He had said after his departure, changes would occur in this world line. Did he reach his 2036 safely, or was he erased forever by some wave of time? Mystery 36, the Swiss ring watch, modern watch in an ancient tomb. In 2008, Chinese archaeologists opened a 400-year-old sealed tomb. Everything inside was ancient, but a small metal object was found that looked exactly like a modern Swiss ring watch. It had Swiss written on it, and the time was stopped at 10:06. 400 years ago, Switzerland did not exist, and a ring watch certainly did not. Did a time traveler accidentally drop his watch in that tomb? This discovery remains a nightmare for historians even today. Mystery 37, the Cooper paradox. This mystery is based on the principle of physics where a person goes to the future and brings back information that they haven't discovered yet. For example, a scientist goes to the future, sees the formula for his own time machine, comes back and builds it. So the question is, who discovered that formula first? Neither the scientist because he stole it from the future, nor the future scientist because he learned it from the past scientist. This is called the bootstrap paradox, an object or information that has no starting point. Mystery 38. Time travel and lucid dreams. Are our dreams actually a form of time travel? Some secret research claims that when our body sleeps, our consciousness becomes free from the limits of time. Precognitive dreams, or dreams that predict the future, are proof of this. Many people saw their deaths or major accidents in dreams beforehand. Is our brain a quantum computer that can scan the possibilities of the future? Perhaps we travel through time every night without any machine. Mystery 39, Project Looking Glass. In the deep corners of the internet, there is talk of a secret technology called Project Looking Glass, which is said to have been built using alien technology. This machine allows one to see different timelines of the future by bending time. According to claims, after 2012, all timelines are merging at a single point that cannot be changed. Do the world's governments already know what is going to happen next? And are they using this machine to control the outcomes of elections and wars?
Mystery 39, the Green Children of Woolpit. In 12th century England, 2 children were found in the village of Woolpit with green-colored skin and speaking a strange language. They claimed to have come from St. Martin's Land, where the sun never rises and it is always twilight. They suddenly arrived here through a cave. Some believe they came from another dimension or a future world where humans have adapted to the environment. Are there paths in the corridors of time that connect the Middle Ages to the future? Mystery 40, the closed time-like curves. According to general relativity, there could be places in the universe where space-time is warped so much that it loops back onto itself. This is called a closed time-like curve, or CTC. If someone enters this loop, they would live the same moment repeatedly. This isn't just a theory, but a mathematical possibility. Are we already stuck in such a loop where history repeats itself? Perhaps there is a deep scientific secret behind the saying, history repeats itself. Mystery 41, the mystery of déjà vu. Have you ever felt that what you are doing right now you have done before? Scientists consider it a small glitch in the brain, but according to time travel theory, déjà vu is actually a time glitch. It happens when your future consciousness collides with the past. Perhaps you have already lived that moment and are now repeating it in a loop. This mystery suggests that time is not as linear as we think, but rather like a film that can be played repeatedly. Mystery 42, the Gotham City 1940s photo. In an old black and white photo from the 1940s, a man is seen standing in a crowd wearing a modern graphic t-shirt and sunglasses with a hairstyle completely different for that era. While everyone else is in suits and hats, this man looks like he belongs in the 21st century. Some call it Photoshop, but experts have confirmed that the negative is completely authentic. Was this man actually a time tourist who went back to see a moment of history live? Mystery 43. The Mystery of Sergei Ponomarenko. In 2006, a man was found wandering the streets of Ukraine carrying a 1950s-era camera and wearing old-fashioned clothes. He showed the police his Soviet Union ID card, which listed his birth year as 1932. He claimed he was taking photos of a UFO in 1958 and suddenly arrived in 2006. When his camera film was developed, it contained clear photos of 1958 Kiev and a flying saucer. A few days later, the man mysteriously vanished from a locked room and was never found again. Mystery 44. Titanic's telepathic warning. In 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank, Morgan Robertson wrote a story called The Wreck of the Titan. In this story, a massive ship named Titan hits an iceberg on an April night and sinks, exactly what happened to the Titanic. Even the ship's weight, speed, and lack of lifeboats matched the real event perfectly. How did Robertson know these details a decade earlier? Did he receive a signal from the future, or was he a time traveler trying to warn the world? Mystery 45. The airplane that landed 37 years later. Pan Am Flight 915. Rumor has it that Pan Am Flight 915, which took off from New York for Miami in 1955 with 57 passengers, never landed. Exactly 37 years later, in 1992, an old plane suddenly appeared on a Venezuelan radar. The pilot screamed over the radio, "Where are we? We were supposed to land in Miami in 1955. The plane landed. The pilot dropped a small calendar diary, took off again, and vanished into the clouds. When investigated in Miami, that calendar was indeed from 1955. Was that plane stuck in a time warp for 37 years? Mystery 46. The Stopped Time Village. Bayard Mackenzie. In the 1950s, two friends claimed that while driving through rural England, they reached a village where everything was frozen. Tree leaves were still in the air, a dog was frozen like a stone in a barking pose, and people stood like statues. They couldn't hear any sound, as if someone had pressed a pause button. As soon as they crossed the village boundary, time began to move again. Are there patches in the fabric of time where time stops completely? This mystery is the scariest example of a time lapse. Mystery 47. The Black Hole Bridge. Wormhole Theory. Famous physicists Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen proposed the Einstein-Rosen bridge theory. According to this, there could be a tunnel at the center of every black hole that connects to the other end of the universe or another time. If we could safely enter this tunnel, wormhole, we could travel billions of light years in just a few seconds. The mystery is whether these wormholes formed naturally or were built by an advanced alien civilization as an interstellar highway. Mystery 48. The Hutchison Effect and Time Manipulation. In 1979, Canadian inventor John Hutchison conducted electromagnetic experiments that caused metals to float in the air and fuse together. But the strangest part was that during some experiments, small objects disappeared and reappeared a few seconds later. Hutchison claimed he had unintentionally torn the fabric of space-time. Can the right combination of electricity and magnetism open a door in time? His video footage still baffles scientists today. Much of it was later sealed by the government. Mystery 49. The Edinburgh Ghosts, or chronovisitors. There are frequent reports of ghosts at Edinburgh Castle, but some researchers believe these aren't ghosts, but time projections. The Roman soldiers or medieval people seen there are actually living in their own time, and we see them only because of a time overlap. It's just like two radio stations clashing on the same frequency. Is what we call haunted actually shadows of history appearing to us because time has grown thin? Mystery 50. Project Pegasus, teleporting children. An attorney named Andrew Basiago claimed that in the 1970s, the US government sent children on time travel missions under Project Pegasus. He claims he traveled to the past and future using a machine built from Nikola Tesla's papers. According to Basiago, he saw Abraham Lincoln giving a speech in 1863, and a photo of him was even taken there. Was the CIA really using children as time spies because their brains could better handle the waves of time?
51. The Liverpool Time Slip. Bold Street Time Warps. There is a place in Liverpool, England called Bold Street, which is considered a hotspot for time travel. Dozens of people have reported suddenly finding themselves in the Liverpool of the 1940s or 1950s. One man claimed he entered a shop that looked like it was from 1950, saw old coins there, and when he stepped out, he was back in 1996. Scientists believe that due to the geographical location of this area and old metro lines, magnetic anomalies occur here that warp time. Mystery 52. The secret end of the chronovisor, the Vatican's censorship. Father Ernetti wrote a letter before his death in which he admitted that the chronovisor actually worked. He said the Vatican hid it because it would leave no one's privacy secure. You could watch the past of any king, leader, or criminal live. The Vatican feared that if this technology fell into the wrong hands, it would spread chaos throughout the world. Is the Vatican still using this machine today to predict major global events? Mystery 53. Time travel and quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement in time. In quantum physics, entanglement means that two particles are connected no matter how far apart they are. Recent experiments have shown that this connection exists not only in space, but also in time. This means that an action performed in the future can affect a particle in the past. Are we already changing the past at a microscopic level? This mystery suggests that the flow of time is not one way, but rather the future and past are intertwined. Mystery 54. The Man from Taured. The Man from Taured. In 1954, a man landed at Tokyo Airport carrying a passport from a country called Taured. When shown a map, he pointed towards the location of Andorra and said his country had existed there for 1,000 years. He was kept in a hotel room under tight security, but the next morning he mysteriously vanished without opening the window. All his documents also disappeared from police custody. Was that man from a parallel Earth where history was written slightly differently? Mystery 55. The Loop of the 12th Century Monkey. The Ancient Astronaut Theory. In many ancient temples of India and Mexico, carvings have been found that look like modern astronauts or people wearing spacesuits. Some theories suggest these were not aliens, but humans from the future who went back to help ancient civilizations. They used their futuristic technology in the construction of pyramids and temples. The mystery is, did our ancestors actually worship future humans as gods? This is a time loop that forces us to rewrite history. Mystery 56. The Butterfly Effect and Our Timeline. The Fragility of Reality. Have you ever wondered how many times Hitler's survival or death might have been altered during World War II?
According to the butterfly effect, if a time traveler goes into the past and changes a tiny event, our entire world could change. Perhaps the timeline we are living in now has already been edited thousands of times. Sometimes the strange feelings we get are actually the jolts of the timeline shifting. We are watching a movie that the director is constantly changing. Mystery 57. Nikola Tesla's death ray and time. Tesla's lost inventions. Tesla claimed he discovered a wave that could zero out time and space. Papers that went missing after his death are said to contain formulas for teleportation. It is said that Tesla created a device with which he could see the New York future while sitting in his lab. Had Tesla discovered the secret of wireless time travel along with wireless electricity? His unfinished experiments remain one of science's greatest puzzles. Mystery 58. The Eternal Return. The mystery of eternal return. Friedrich Nietzsche's theory of eternal return states that the time of the universe is not a straight line, but a giant circle. Everything happening right now has happened thousands of times before and will keep happening repeatedly for eternity. If time is truly a circle, then time travel is merely slowing down or speeding up the pace of this cycle. Are we all riding in a time machine that is going in circles? This mystery provides a scientific and philosophical basis for the cycle of life and death. Mystery 59. The Ghost Rockets of 1946. The Ghost Rockets Mystery. Right after World War II, in 1946, thousands of ghost rockets were seen in the skies of Europe, flying without any sound. At that time, no country possessed such rocket technology. Those rockets would fall into the water and vanish. Some researchers believe these rockets were time probes sent by future human civilizations to observe the world after the nuclear war. Are future humans watching us to see what we did with nuclear weapons? Mystery 60. The Philadelphia Experiment's Alien Connection. Aliens in 1943. Another terrifying secret about the Philadelphia experiment is that when the ship USS Eldridge disappeared, it actually came into contact with a future alien civilization. Witnesses say they saw tall, thin shadows on the ship's deck trying to help the humans. When the ship returned after the experiment, many sailors were found materialized inside the iron walls. Did time travel experiments unintentionally summon a power that rules over the dimensions of time? Mystery 61. Time dilation in GPS. GPS and time travel. It is a scientific reality that our GPS satellites are living slightly ahead in time compared to Earth. Because they are moving very fast and are far from Earth's gravity, time passes 38 microseconds faster per day for them than on Earth. If engineers didn't correct their clocks every day, GPS maps would go wrong by several kilometers within just a few hours. This proves we are already experiencing time travel. We are just struggling to sync our machines with time. Mystery 62. The Voynich Manuscript. Vegetation of the Future? The Voynich Manuscript. The 15th century Voynich manuscript is a book that no one has been able to decode to this day. It contains illustrations of plants and constellations that are not found anywhere on Earth. According to some theories, this book has come from thousands of years in the future, where the Earth's environment has completely changed and new types of plants have grown. Is this the diary of a future botanist that was accidentally left behind in the Middle Ages? Its handwriting and illustrations remain a puzzle for the world's greatest code breakers.
Mystery 63. The Precognition of the Oracle. In the temples of Delphi in ancient Greece, oracles used to make accurate predictions of the future. Kings and generals would seek their advice before heading to war. The mystery is whether these oracles could truly see the future, or if they were natural receivers picking up signals coming from the future. Some theories suggest that gases emanating from the caves there gave their brains the ability to see across time. Is the human brain naturally designed to sense the ripples of time? Mystery 64. The time capsule of the pyramids. Pyramids as time capsules. It is said of the Egyptian pyramids that they are not merely tombs, but time capsules. Their construction and alignment with the stars indicate they were built to deliver a message to humanity thousands of years in the future. Some researchers believe there are quantum chambers inside the pyramids where the flow of time slows down. Did the pyramids serve as landing pads or time portals for future travelers? Their mathematical structure remains beyond our imagination even today. Mystery 65. The self-healing of the grandfather paradox. Self-healing timeline. Some scientists believe that the stream of time is self-healing. This means that if you travel to the past and try to kill your grandfather, the gun will jam or you will miss. Time will not permit you to change history. The universe will automatically adjust events to prevent any paradox. This mystery suggests that time is like a very powerful and secure software that is almost impossible to hack. We can only be spectators, not creators. Mystery 66. The Black Knight Satellite. The Black Knight Satellite. A mysterious object is orbiting the Earth, known as the Black Knight Satellite. Nikola Tesla captured its radio signals in 1899. According to claims, this object has been there for 13,000 years. While some consider it an alien ship, one theory suggests it is a time observer sent by future humans to record our progress over thousands of years. Is there an eye watching us from across time? Mystery 67. The time slip of the M25 ghost junctions. Many drivers on London's M25 highway have reported suddenly exiting at a junction that didn't exist on the map. The roads there were old and the cars were from the 1960s. As soon as they turned back, that junction vanished. These are called ghost junctions. Did we unknowingly disturb certain energy lines during road construction that connect dimensions of time? This mystery is a warning to every driver traveling alone on the highway at night. Mystery 68. The 2012 timeline shift. The 2012 shift mystery. According to the Mayan calendar, the world was supposed to end in 2012. But some theorists say the world didn't end, rather our timeline changed. They believe that experiments at the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, created a small black hole in 2012 that pulled us into a parallel universe. This is why the world has seen rapid and bizarre changes since 2012. Are we now living in a simulated or altered timeline? Mystery 69. The chrono-projection of thoughts. Thought as time travel. Did you know that when you lose yourself deeply in an old memory, your brain actually activates the neurons from that time? A small group of scientists believes that through deep meditation, we can project our consciousness to a point in the past. This is called mental time travel. The mystery is whether we will be able to build machines in the future that can extract our consciousness and place it directly into another body or time. Mystery 70. The end of time. The heat death of the universe. The biggest and final mystery of time travel is whether time has an end. Science says that one day all the energy in the universe will be exhausted and time will stop. This is called heat death. If the end of time is certain, are time travelers seeking refuge in the past to escape the end? Perhaps what we call human civilization is actually a group of time refugees from the future who have fled here from the end of time. Mystery 71. The Edgar Cayce prediction. Edgar Cayce's time vision. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, would provide accurate information about the future in his sleep that seemed impossible at the time. He predicted world wars, the stock market crash, and even the rediscovery of Atlantis.
Casey claimed he could access the Akashic Records, a cosmic library containing data from all of time. Is the human subconscious actually a natural antenna that transcends the boundaries of time? This mystery suggests that time travel might be possible through meditation rather than machines. Mystery 72. The Philadelphia Experiment's Alien Portal, the 1943 Alien Portal. Another chilling mystery regarding the infamous 1943 experiment is that when the USS Eldridge vanished, it actually connected to a secret base in 1983. According to witnesses, a time tunnel was created between two different eras, through which 1943 soldiers reached 1983. During this, they encountered beings that were not human. Did the U.S. government unknowingly create a permanent hole between two eras? This time warp remains the scariest center of conspiracy theories today. Mystery 73. The binary code received by Sergeant Peniston during the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident, 1980, contained coordinates pointing to mysterious islands like High Brazil. The message in the code read, "Exploration of humanity continuous. Origin year planet 8100. Are humans from the year 8100 traveling back in time to tell us what we have done to the Earth? This mystery places UFOs in the category of time machines rather than alien ships. Mystery 74. The time slip of the M6, the M6 motorway disappearances. Many drivers on Britain's M6 highway have reported seeing an entire troop of Roman soldiers walking on the road who suddenly vanished into the mist. These soldiers were so realistic that drivers had to slam on their brakes. Interestingly, excavations at that spot later revealed an actual ancient Roman road. Do the layers of history become so thin at certain places that the past and present collide? This ghostly army might actually be a living recording of time. Mystery 75. Nikola Tesla's time travel diary. Tesla's confession. Tesla wrote in his diary that he had built a machine that allowed him to see the past, present, and future all at once. According to Tesla, time and space are nothing more than vibrations of energy. After his death, many of his machines and research papers mysteriously disappeared. Was the Philadelphia experiment actually based on Tesla's incomplete formulas? Tesla's knowledge was the key to conquering time that is still being hidden from the world today.
Mystery 76. The man from 2256. The time traveler in the stock market. In 2003, a man named Andrew Carlson was arrested by the FBI because he had turned just $800 into $350 million. He invested in every single stock that was about to skyrocket overnight. During interrogation, he claimed that he came from the year 2256 and knew exactly which stocks would go up and when. While in custody, he suddenly vanished from a locked cell, and no record of him was ever found again. Was he truly a greedy traveler from the future who came back to make a fortune? Mystery 77. The old Dutch maps. Maps of the future in the past. Archaeologists have found several ancient maps, such as the Piri Reis map, which depict Antarctica without ice. Antarctica has been covered in ice for thousands of years, so how did ancient cartographers know the details of its actual coastline? Some believe these maps were made by time travelers who saw Antarctica either before the ice froze or in the future when the ice has melted. Is our geography written by travelers who have seen the full cycle of the Earth? Mystery 78. The chronovisor and the face of Jesus, the Vatican's secret photo. Regarding the chronovisor machine claimed by Father Ernetti, it is said that the Vatican used it to record several biblical events. Rumor has it that the Vatican possesses a film in which Jesus Christ can be seen giving a sermon. If this technology were ever made public, every religion and history book in the world would have to be rewritten. Is the Vatican still using this live feed of time today to control global politics? Mystery 81.
The bootstrap paradox and Shakespeare. Did Shakespeare even exist? Imagine if a time traveler from the future took all of Shakespeare's books into the past and gave them to Shakespeare himself. Shakespeare then publishes them, and those books become immortal. The question is, who is the original author of those stories? Neither the time traveler nor Shakespeare. This is called the bootstrap paradox. Are some of the greatest discoveries in our history actually stolen from the future? This mystery suggests that some information has no origin at all. Mystery 81. The Noah Synchronicity, the Great Flood, and Time Travel. The story of a great flood or deluge is found in every ancient civilization on Earth. Some researchers believe that this flood is actually a time collapse occurring in the future, and people traveled to the past to warn about it. Noah's Ark was actually a time-space pod that could remain outside the ripples of time. Are we all trying to escape an event that hasn't even happened yet? This is the deepest and most terrifying cycle of time travel. Mystery 82. The Quantum Suicide, Quantum Immortality. According to a theory in quantum physics, we can never truly die because our consciousness shifts every time into a timeline where we remain alive. This is called quantum immortality. It means you have unknowingly time-traveled thousands of times, every time you narrowly escaped a major danger. Is your consciousness constantly choosing timelines where you are safe? This mystery turns life and death into a game of time travel. Mystery 82. The Voynich Manual's Secret Script, Decoding the Undecodable. In the 15th century Voynich manuscript, the illustrations of women and plants show cellular details and anatomical structures that look like they were viewed through a modern microscope. Microscopes did not exist in the 1400s. Some codebreakers believe this book is a survival guide from the future, left in the Middle Ages for safekeeping. If the language of this book is ever decoded, we might discover the cures for future diseases. Mystery 83. The Smartphone in 1938. The Wireless Device Mystery. In factory footage from 1938, a woman is seen holding a small black box to her ear, talking and smiling. Upon closer inspection, it looks exactly like a modern smartphone. At that time, the general public knew nothing about wireless communication. Was that woman field testing for a company from the future? Or are there cracks in the layers of time through which future signals are leaking into the past? Mystery 84. Project Looking Glass and 2026, the 2026 timeline convergence. Claims about Project Looking Glass suggest that 2026 is the year where all future timelines converge into a singularity. Beyond this point, events become difficult even for machines to see. Some consider this the end of time, while others see it as the rise of humanity. Are we heading toward a point where the flow of time will completely change? If future travelers are appearing more frequently among us now, perhaps they have come to witness this great shift. Mystery 86. The Armed Marshals' Futuristic Flight, the 1939 Vision. When Armed Marshal Victor Goddard saw yellow planes in 1935, he dismissed it as an illusion. But when the RAF began painting training planes yellow in 1939, he was stunned. Goddard stated that he hadn't just seen the planes, but had also felt the vibe of that time. Does time travel always require a machine? Can our minds sometimes look directly into the future through quantum tunneling? Mystery 87. The Time Slip of the M25, the Loop on the Highway. On a specific stretch of the M25 highway near London, drivers have reported that after driving for hours, they ended up back exactly where they started, even though their fuel was lower and their watches had moved forward. This is called a space-time loop. Does the Earth's magnetic field occasionally turn certain paths into an endless loop? This mystery suggests that the roads we travel can sometimes take us somewhere else entirely. Mystery 88, the ancient carvings of modern tools in ancient Egypt. The walls of the Abydos Temple in Egypt have carvings that look like helicopters, submarines, and fighter jets. Archaeologists call this overwriting, but these shapes are so precise that they are hard to ignore. Did the ancient Egyptians see future aircraft, or did they themselves travel through time to our era? Some theories suggest that the pyramids were actually energy generators used to open portals in time.
Claims exist of sites on the dark web where future technologies and time travel guides are auctioned. Some people claim to have purchased future sports results from there. While these could be scams, the accuracy of some incidents is terrifying. Are future criminals controlling the black markets of the past? This mystery highlights the dark side of time travel, where money and power are everything. Mystery 89, the genetic time machine. Is DNA actually a time receiver? A group of scientists believe our DNA is actually a data storage unit containing the hidden memories of our ancestors. Sometimes déjà vu might actually be our DNA accessing past data. If we could activate the 97% of our DNA, known as junk DNA, could we send our consciousness directly into the past? Perhaps we are walking time machines ourselves, but we've forgotten where the button is. Mystery 89, the black hole interstellar connection, living inside a black hole. If we were to fall into a black hole and survive, time dilation would allow us to see the entire history of the universe fast-forwarding before our eyes. You would see how the Earth was formed and how it ended. Are black holes actually the record keepers of the universe? Like the movie Interstellar, can we send messages to the past from inside a black hole? Gravity is the only language that can travel across time. Mystery 91, the real owner of the Swiss ring watch, the 400-year-old ring. An investigation into a Swiss ring watch found in a Chinese tomb revealed the metal was 400 years old, yet its design was from the 21st century. If it belonged to a time traveler, how did they escape? Or are they buried inside that very tomb? Some believe the watch was a signal left for us by people from the future. This mystery remains one of archaeology's greatest out-of-place artifacts. Mystery 92, the Philadelphia experiment's brain side effect, biological time travel. Soldiers who returned from the Philadelphia experiment would suddenly vanish while walking or pass through walls. This was called the freezing effect. Their cells had lost synchronization with time. Could time travel be toxic to our bodies? This mystery suggests that while building a machine might be easy, preparing human flesh and bone for the waves of time is nearly impossible. Mystery 93, the time traveler in the 1928 Charlie Chaplin film, The Phone Call. Who was that woman in the Charlie Chaplin film actually talking to? If that was a mobile phone, where was the signal coming from? One theory is that future travelers carry portable satellites that can send signals across layers of time. Her body language and laughter are exactly how we talk on phones today. Was she showing a live blog of 1928 to a friend? Mystery 94, the Baird-Mackenzie accident, the plane that flew into the 1700s. In 1952, when two pilots spotted a medieval city, they tried to land, but their plane's engines began to fail. As soon as they pulled up, the engines restarted. Do different dimensions of time have their own frequency? If your technology does not match that frequency, you cannot stay there. This mystery suggests time travel isn't just about changing location, it's about changing vibration. Mystery 95, the simulated reality theory. Are we in a video game?
Thinkers like Elon Musk believe we are living in a simulation. If so, time travel is really just rewinding or forwarding a code, much like returning to a save point in a video game. Are time glitches and paradoxes actually bugs in the software of this universe? And are time travelers actually the developers or hackers testing the system? Mystery 96. The Large Hadron Collider and Higgs Boson, the particle that destroys time. Some scientists fear that the LHC in Switzerland is unintentionally creating a time portal that could swallow the entire Earth. When the God particle was found in 2012, many felt the world had changed. Have we made a permanent hole in the fabric of time? Some theories suggest finding the Higgs boson could push the flow of time backward. We might be standing at the door of destruction without even knowing it. Mystery 97. The time slip of the ghost ship, the Mary Celeste mystery. When the ship Mary Celeste was found in the middle of the ocean, all belongings were present and food was set on the table, but not a single human was there. There were no signs of a struggle. Did the entire ship and its crew suddenly vanish into a time portal? A few years ago, reports surfaced of an old ship appearing in that same area before vanishing again. Are there places in the depths of the ocean where time does not exist? Mystery 98. The 2036 IBM 5100 mystery. John Titor claimed he came to 1975 to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer because the computers of 2036 would face a specific bug that only this old model could fix. Years later, IBM engineers confirmed this hidden function actually existed. How did an ordinary man know about this secret feature? Was John Titor really from the future, or was he a major insider? Mystery 99. Secret photos of the Vatican's chronovisor, the Vatican's hidden archives. It is said the Vatican possesses actual photos and videos of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ taken with the chronovisor machine. In 1972, an Italian newspaper published a blurry image of Christ's face claimed to be seen directly from the past. Although the Vatican later denied it, some researchers believe this machine is still safe in the Vatican's secret vaults. If true, the Vatican holds every truth of human history that has been hidden from the world. Mystery 100. The ultimate time traveler, you, the observer effect. The greatest mystery of time travel is that time only exists when someone is observing it. According to quantum physics, the observer creates reality. As you watch this video right now, you are creating this moment. Your consciousness is the real time machine that travels to the past through memories and to the future through imagination. We are all time travelers stopped briefly at the station of the present. Time is not an enemy, but a friend we have yet to understand. So, friends, these were the 100 mysteries of time travel that have blurred the lines between science and imagination. Do you think a time traveler is hidden among us? Or have you ever felt a time glitch yourself? Be sure to share your story in the comments. If you've made it this far, you are truly a time explorer. Like the video and subscribe to our channel so you can discover more mysteries of the universe. See you in the next mysterious journey. Amen.